Hey, welcome back to another MagicaVoxel tutorial. In this one, I'll show you guys how you can get real-world building height map data into MagicaVoxel. So right here, I have a small snippet of Tokyo that I got from Google Maps. This is generally how the height maps will look like. It will look somewhat realistic, and it'll be great for if you wanted to do like a faraway shot. As you can see, all of this right here is done within maybe 10 minutes with the software I'll be showing you guys. So let's go ahead and go through those steps and create a building height map of our own. So for the files, I will leave a link in the description below to the Google Drive. You will be needing 4 files, and big disclaimer, this took a very long time to create because there was a lot of incompatibilities with Windows 11, which I'm on right now. So if you are on Windows 10 or Mac OS or Linux, I am not sure if this setup will work. All I can say for Windows 11 is this is what I have, and it's very specific that you get these exact versions for these files, otherwise it won't work properly. And when you install the files, go ahead and, for instance, install Blender and install RenderDoc. For Mesh to Vox, you just want to extract it and then leave Maps Models Importer as a zip file. And once you install all these, we can move on to the next step. So for our next step, we're going to save a Microsoft Edge shortcut to our desktop, which we'll be using to go to Google Maps. So you want to go to the Start menu and just search for File Explorer. And then we want to go to this PC and then your Windows C drive, program files x86, and then find Microsoft Edge application, and right here. So you want to just right click this and then go to show more options, and we want to create shortcut. So we create shortcut, and it's going to say you can't create a shortcut here. You can place it at desktop, say yes. So with a shortcut here, we will right click this, go to properties, and then for the target, we are going to delete that, and then this file right here, which I will leave in the description as well, you will just copy this and place it in the target. Hit apply, hit OK. So after you create the shortcut, just go ahead and click on it. And if you have Edge open, it will load like a normal tab. If Edge has not been open since you last turned on the PC, it'll be like a white or black screen, and you will be presented with this. So if you don't have RenderDoc, this won't work. So make sure you install RenderDoc first before clicking the shortcut, but you will be presented with this number. So it's very important to not have any instances of Edge running. So if I'm actually going to close all this, go to my task manager, and then go to in processes, I'm going to search up Edge, and you can see I have instances of Edge. So you're just going to end those, and those should go away. So now that you know that you don't have Edge open, if you click on this again, see it's a white screen. This is what we want. And then you have the GPU starting with PID number. So don't hit OK yet. We'll need this number for RenderDoc. So go ahead and run RenderDoc. Go up to File, inject into Process. And then right here, where you can filter process list by PID, we just want to type in this number. So 17984, it's right here. Hit inject, and now you can hit OK. After hitting OK, you can see you have a bunch of stuff up here, and that's how you know it's working. So now we can go to Maps. Okay, with Google Maps opened up, we're going to go to Satellite View, and for right now, you can see we're going to need to go to Globe View and actually get like 3D imagery of the buildings. And you can see I don't really have it right here. So there's two reasons for this. One is if you go over to the filters map section and click more, there'll be an option for globe view. You can click on that. If this is grayed out, what you need to do is you need to open a new tab, type in Chrome, and colon dash flags, and reset all. And then after you did that, if you restart Edge, it will fix it. But if you restart Edge, you're gonna have to go through the whole process again. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'll show you guys. So hit restart, and now you have screen again with this different PID number. Every time you close and reopen Edge, you first need to verify that the screen is white. Otherwise, you're going to have to close all instances of Edge using the task manager. And then you need to put in the number again. So this number is no longer valid, so we will need to re-inject it. So it's 1528. Right there. Hit inject. Now we can hit OK. Close this one out. And we can go to layers, more, globe view, turn back satellite mode on, and just find any place that you want to have the capturing take place. So I'm going to take place around here in Los Angeles. Hit 3D view. I'm going to get some of these buildings. So go back to RenderDoc, and we are going to need to wiggle the camera around while it's capturing the picture. So I'm going to have it capture after 1 second delay. So hit that, and now I'm going to wiggle it. It should lag a bit, and then once it's no longer laggy, you can stop wiggling and go back here. You can see it's saved right here. So we're going to click on it and see what it has. It looks like it has all the necessary parameters. We're going to hit save. I'm just going to save it to the desktop and just call it Los Angeles. Okay, with that saved, that's all with RenderDoc. We can close it all out and then move to our next step, which is using Blender. So with Blender opened up, let's go ahead and create a new file. Delete the cube, go up to Edit, Preferences, and then in Add-ons, click Install. Find where you saved the Maps to Model importer. Leave it unzipped. Click on it and install add-on. And now you can check to see where it is installed just by searching it. So Maps. And I have it checked because it's already installed, but I can uncheck it because it'll be unchecked for you guys. And then you just want to check it. So hit refresh and then close that. See if it's installed by checking this to see if it's there. There it is. We can close it, and let's go ahead and import the files. Go to File, Import, and you should see this option, Google Maps Capture.rdc. Click on it, and then go to Desktop where you saved the RDC file. Hit Import, and this might take several seconds, so let it load. Okay, after it's loaded, you can see that it has the mesh right here. So we're going to go ahead and combine all this to make it one object. So go ahead and left-click drag out some parts of the object, hit Ctrl-J to combine them. Like that. Delete the camera, delete the light source. Make sure it's all one object by selecting it and pressing G to move it around. You can also check up here to see if there's only one object. There is. You can even go into viewport shading to see what it'll look like. So yeah, it looks pretty good. It's captured the area that we wanted to capture. So now we can go to File, Export, Object. Now I'm just going to save it in desktop as well. Just call it LA. Export. Now we are done with Blender. We can close that. Now you want to go ahead and open up Mesh to Vox. Make sure you unzip it. And once you open the unzip file, you should see all this. Just click the exe file. It should be presented with this screen. For the more detail you want it, the higher scale you go up. I recommend 2000. And for colors, if you do not change any of the colors, this will take up all the colors on the color palette, leaving you with no choices to select any new colors. So don't set it something like 255, maybe set it to like 55. And chunk size will leave the same because the max chunk size for MagicaVoxel for one object is 256. So let's hit load file, find the LA Blender object that we saved, and let it load. And once it's loaded, you can see it's right there. We just want to hit start voxelization. Okay, once it's done when the screen is grayed out with the text, and you can move it around again. So now let's go ahead and save Vox. Save it to the desktop, and we'll just call it result. And there it is. Look, just popped up right there. So now we can close that, and let's open up the Vox file. And now you can see we have successfully imported a small section of what we saved from Google Maps into MagicaVoxel. And the colors turned out okay. Obviously, if you add more colors, there would be less of this weird blocky action. But the more colors though you take up, obviously you'll have less colors to mess with. And if you hit render, you can see it only renders part of it because you need to turn on sparse, but it's still kind of clipping into the ground, so I actually want to bring it down some more. Let's turn these on and turn on sparse to see the entire map. So wow, that looks pretty good. So there we go. Using only a few pieces of software, we're able to import Google Maps data, building height maps into MagicaVoxel. Hopefully this tutorial has helped, and I'll catch you all in the next one.